Shalom, shalom. Man, things are definitely gonna get weird and continue to get weirder in the last days. Man, today I want to talk about what the set apart man can do as, man, I play this clip. You're gonna watch a man ask, a Democratic Party member, can a man get pregnant? You're going to see how this lady is very evasive, doesn't answer a simple yes or no question. And you will realize that these are the faces of the people pushing this agenda. Absolute chaos and anarchy. Roll that footage.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
I take care of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor,
agree.
I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
no, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. The United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
this is extraordinary.
Female with
no, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask. I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave like everyone else. You were born into bondage. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All praise to the Most High Yahweh Shalom. Thank you for tuning in to another Righteous Ruach Spirit-filled episode. Today I'm back at it in them trenches, handling that kingdom business. Man, when I tell you, you cannot make this stuff up, man, I 100% mean that. Man, this is a reason why I This is the reason why I remain apolitical. Meaning, man, I'm not taken to a side. I'm on the side of the Most High Yah. And until, there is somebody that comes in their own lane, speaking the things of righteousness that are in alignment with righteousness, I'm gonna remain apolitical. But that doesn't mean that I don't pay attention to what's going on the ground, because, man, that was spiritual warfare for the Most High Yah to create man with a purpose, to create woman with a purpose, and yet this woman and the agenda or narrative she's trying to push, or the people that are affiliated with her are trying to push, can't even answer this question. They want to go into some long, drawn out scientific answer, and the people that I represent, wait a minute, you ain't representing the remnant, you ain't representing the righteous. I tell you, man, you really got to evaluate, some of the people in your life, because you may have some of these very same people in your life. They may be your co-workers, your friends, and your families. And I tell you, man, if you struggle to answer a simple question like that, that lets me know which side of this thing you're on. And I couldn't continue being a friend or continue being a companion or an associate of you, and your mind is that twisted. We're talking about high levels of spiritual retardation in the last days. Matthew 24, discloses what's going to happen in the last days. Other passages talk about the mindset, the state of mind, the state of behavior, the unrighteousness, the wickedness that people will be operating in the last days. And I want, men to realize it's not going to get any better. Biblically, it's gonna get worse. The book tells us this. But before I dive any deeper, man, I need all brothers out there to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on. Lastly, man, let me know what you think. Let me know what your opinions are about that clip that I played, and what do you think is next? What do you think is to come if they are publicly getting out there speaking like this? Let's start the dialogue in the comments, man. Iron sharpens iron. When you think about this on the lowest level, man, these people like her, they could not answer this question, can a man get pregnant, are getting a nice salary. Man, you're out working, you're out doing what you got to do, and here it is, this individual, spiritually retarded as she is getting a nice salary by way of taxpayers. National debt ceiling over $38 trillion and counting. And these are the people that is got their hand in the cookie jar getting the taxpayer money. And why would you, let me ask, why would you put your trust in these individuals for them to do anything on your behalf, and they are spiritually retarded as they are? It makes no sense. So what do you do as a man? Man, this is one of the reasons why it was important that my family start a business. One of the main reasons is because, even in the workforce, there's a high probability that you'll be very experienced on your job, have a lot of know-how, and then they let one of these doggone heathens in there and give them the supervisory role over you. And nothing they say is gonna make sense. You're gonna be on the job, man, why are they telling me to do it? And it doesn't make sense. Man, their agenda, their interest is in a whole nother direction. It's not in alignment with the will of the Most High Yah. They could care less what the Most High Yah's will is. When it comes to this public food system, men, if you have the capability, the resources, you have a woman that has the capacity to homeschool your children, get your children out of that public food system. These are the people. This is the face of the people that are pushing the agenda for your children to learn all this rainbow stuff. This is the exact face of one of many, and this is an agenda being pushed by a lot of people. These left liberalists, you know, some questions are very simple. 2 + 2 = 4. You ask somebody that is supposed to be highly educated, highly sophisticated, it by position, you know, what is 2 + 2 = 4? And they go on some like, well, it could mean, and you know, well, according to mathematical theory, you're like, oh no, you can't trust these people. These people are snakes, man. These people are crafty as the doggone serpent that came in and talked to Eve in the garden. Man, you better pull your children out of this system, and you better start thinking about paving your own way, making moves to pay your own way. I'm telling you, man, I'm you know, currently retiring, and I'll tell you, man, I've had some spiritually retarded people as supervisors in the military. And I'll tell you, man, if you know anything about the military, what they'll do is they will take, you know, an individual who has, you know, 12, 14 years of experience and put you with one of these, you know, 21, 22-year-old lieutenants that knows nothing, has no experience, and you will experience this level of spiritual retardation. Man, I want you to understand, this thing is structured for, you know, pure anarchy, chaos. You have to think, imagine if you worked at a job, man, and you were climbing up the ladder. Take a regular civilian job, you've been there 15 years, man, you knew every function or position in there. Man, they will hire somebody that fits the build of their leftist liberal agenda who don't have no experience, and they will be your boss, and nothing they say will make sense. There is no absolute reason why you should be, you know, in a position like that, and you're sitting up there can't even answer this question. You have to say, okay, whatever degree or education these people have, what is it worth? What is it worth if you cannot even answer the question of can a man get pregnant? That's a simple and easy no. But these people want to, well, you know, if a man, if a woman is a transgender man, you know, she still had, like, ain't nobody got time for none of this deception, this wickedness in these games. I tell you, man, you do not want to count on these people. Get the heck up out of Dodge, because these people are playing mental gymnastics with you, and it's gonna get worse. I'm telling you, it is going to get worse in these last days if you do not take matters of your life and your livelihood in your own hands. Get up out of there. Don't let these people have dominion or rule over you. Once again, this is the Set Apart Man, kicking that thing gun barrel straight. Until next time, stay set apart, stay disciplined, stay in the word of the Most High Yahweh. Pow.